Sagira madam.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon.
Yeah. Good afternoon, madam. Good afternoon, madam. Good afternoon, participants. Now, I welcome Madam Alima Zahira, Head of the Department of Psychology, CTTE College for Women, Chennai. She is an expert in stress management and yoga sessions. She has handled so many sessions during this FDP in various colleges. She has given a lecture and a special talk on stress management and yoga. And I welcome, on behalf of IRTD and the management and principal, I welcome you, madam. The next 1.5 hours will be yoga and stress management. I hope the participants will be enjoying since the 5-day FDP. And during the coordinated meeting, the AICT chairman and the officials, they instructed during this pandemic, it is a mandatory, we have to conduct stress management session, because many people, they are in home, they are having some stress, mental stress. So the session is very informative and very important. This is the need of the hour. So I hope the participants will be enjoying the session. And luckily, madam is going to conclude the FDP. So I hope you will be enjoying the session. Welcome, madam. You can take over the session.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. A very good afternoon, everyone. Before I start, I want to thank the principal, management, HOD, and all the coordinators of Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering of the Institute of Road and Transport Technology, E-Road, for giving me this opportunity. I feel very happy to address all the faculty members of different colleges of India, of all over India. I welcome. A very good afternoon. I know it's in the afternoon session. It's the last session, and a lot of expectations will be there. And this is very, very important session. And this session is not only for you; it is also for the entire family. Because by the end, I'll tell you one thing. By the end, I will be giving you like important. If I give you 10 important points, see to it that you at least implement like minimum 5 to 6 points. Only then this session will be useful. I am not going to lecture. I am not going to bore you. Before that, before I get into the topic, let me begin with a small activity. Okay, are you all with me? Because we're one way community. Yes, thank you so much. You can leave messages. I will be reading your messages. You can. I want you all to switch on to your video for few minutes, only for 5 minutes. Okay, maybe I'll start with a story. Okay. So we all love stories, right? Story. I will be bilingual, both English as well as Tamil. Majority will be English. The entire session will be in English. Here and there, examples I'll tell you in Tamil, because Tamil lesson and Dari connect. I know it's you're from all over India. If you have any doubts, you can ask me in between. Okay, this is about Albert Einstein. Okay, we all know who Albert Einstein is. Albert and the great physician. The formula E is equal to mc square. Such a big researcher, such a great personality. He has done so much in the area of physics. Okay, Albert Einstein, when he was alive, people wanted to know what is there in Albert Einstein's brain. Okay, how he is able to think so much? What is making him to think so much? People were so curious to know. Okay, when he was alive, they did a lot of IQ tests. Nariya IQ tests pannanga, a lot of IQ tests. Why? I have each and every topic will be related to your mental health. Each and every session, each and every subtopic which I say, it will be related to stress and mental. This is very important. See, people say that there is a very famous proverb which says that physical health is as equal to, like, your mental is as equal to physical health. We do yoga, we do exercise and everything. But if your mental health is not okay, the entire thing is lost. Okay, so here, coming back to Albert Einstein's story, people wanted to know what is there in Albert Einstein's brain. So when he was alive, they did a lot of IQ tests, and they found out that his IQ was between 140 to 150. His IQ was between 140 to 150. Okay, now you must be wondering, IQ 140 to 150 is the superior IQ, very, very high intellectual capacity. What is the normal IQ range? Okay, just because I'm from the psychology department, don't think that I will be completely talking about psychology. Okay, you all should be aware that the normal IQ range is between 90 to 110. Okay, 90, you all can make a note of it. Okay, you can check your child's IQ, you can check your husband's, you can check any member of the family. Normally, the normal range will be between 90 to 110. Okay, you might ask, ma'am, then what is between 110? Is still 110 is normal IQ. After, if a boy has 120, which means that he has superior IQ. But Albert Einstein, okay, his IQ was 140. People were not able to say that. People were not able to say that what his actual IQ was. Even Stephen Hawking, okay, Stephen Hawking, even his IQ was between 140 to 150. Albert Einstein died when he was 76 years. This is very, very important. Even Stephen Hawking died when he was 76 years. Both of them, their IQ was similar. Okay, coming back to Albert Einstein's story, you see a lot of movies, you see a lot of people with mental retardation. Are movies la paapinga? Child needs higher attention, child needs extra attention. Their IQ will be between, it will be below 70. Okay, people with intellectual problems, people with mental retardation or any kind of problems, nariya problems irukku, mananoyali solvanga. You'd have seen in movies, MR, mental retardation. Okay, their IQ will be below 70. Okay, they have different ranges. So the normal is 90 to 110. Now, Albert Einstein had a small wish. Okay, before he died, he had a lot of medical problems. Before he died, he had a wish. He told his family members that after I die, okay, after my death, it's going to be a normal, natural death only. But after my death, you should not post-mortem my body. You should not send my body for autopsy. Got it? You should not post-mortem my body. Body post-mortem panakudadu. Soon after his death, what happened was his body was stolen. When he was 76 years, Albert Einstein's body was stolen by a very famous pathologist. He was a very famous doctor because he wanted to know what is there in Albert Einstein's brain. Okay, are you all with me? Keep saying yes, because in between I ask questions. Yes, thank you. So what happened was, soon after his death, the very famous Dr. Thomas Harvey, along with Albert Einstein's relative, his body, they took his body to a separate laboratory. You know, we do a lot of tests in psychology laboratory, like how we have a biological laboratory and physical laboratory, we have chemistry laboratory. In the same way, the separate laboratory, his body was taken to a laboratory and his body was divided into two parts. His body was divided into two parts, head separately and body separately. Nothing to do with his head, nothing to do with his body. So they just moved his body, they took his head and they chopped it into 240 blocks. 240 blocks. It's not 1, it's not 10, it's not 20, 30, it's not 40. His brain, his brain was chopped into 240 blocks, 240, just because to find out what is there in Albert Einstein's brain. Then, still now, if you see, one of his block is still there in Matta Museum in Pennsylvania. Okay, there is a place in US, it's still there. Okay, then they came up with a very beautiful findings. These findings are very, very important for your mental health. They came up with three important findings. The first finding was his brain was relatively smaller in size when compared to a normal male person's brain. You have a female brain, you have a male brain, his brain was smaller in size. Okay, inno curious aitanga. Okay, what is still there? His brain is small. Chota, இன்னும் எப்படி அவங்களால திங்க் பண்ண முடியுதுன்னு நிறைய டவுட்ஸ் வந்துட்டே இருந்துச்சு அவங்களுக்கு. Then this is the first research, very interesting research. Second research was he had more glial cells. Glial cell, GLIAL, glial cells. For example, what is meant by glial cells? You must be wondering what is meant by glial cells. This is very important for you all to know, whether you belong to a arts and science department, whether you belong to electronics department, whether you belong to computer science, IT, software, whichever department you belong to. But you should know what is meant by glial cells for you to think smart. Okay, for example, I will give you an example. You're going for a marathon, you're running. What do we need? We need some energy, right? So by the time we complete by the time we end the session, what do? We drink something, we take energy drink, we take something, we take water, we at least take rest, we take something, right? So this energy drink will give support to our body. Okay, stamina நம்மளுக்கு என்ன ரொம்ப important, these energy drinks are very important. In the same way, for your brain cells, for you to think, for you to concentrate, for you to attend things, for you to take up many important decisions, for you to live a stress-free life, what is very important is glial cells give support to your brain cells. Glial cells, you have millions and millions of brain cells in your brain. So these glial cells, they give support to your brain cells. So he had more number of very, very active glial cells. This was the second research. I'll repeat once again. The first research or the first finding was his brain was small in size. This is number one. Number two was he had more number of glial cells. Third, very, very important finding is his corpus callosum was very, very active. You must be wondering what is meant by this corpus callosum. கேட்கறதுக்கு பாயாசம் மாதிரி இருக்கு இந்த corpus callosum. Okay, corpus callosum is one area of the brain. It connects both the hemisphere. Okay, why I'm telling you this what corpus callosum is? உங்க memory improve ஆகணும். If you want your memory to be improved, if you want to focus, if you want to pay attention in the classroom, if you want to live, again I'll tell you, if you want to live a stress-free life, okay, if you want your vision to be improved, உங்க கண்ணோட விஷன் பார்வை அதிகமாகணும்னா corpus callosum should be proactive, corpus callosum should be extra active. உங்களோட right hemisphere இருக்கா, you have left hemisphere, both the hemispheres are connected by a bundle of wires. You have a TV, வீட்ல TV இருக்கு, for you to switch on the TV, what is very important, you need a remote, you need current, electricity is very important. Without electricity the TV will not work. Sometimes without remote also we have TV ல உங்களுக்கு buttons இருக்கு, போய் on பண்ணிடலாம். But without electricity TV will not work. Without electricity your fridge will not work. Without electricity any electrical nothing will work. This electricity is like this corpus callosum is like the electricity. Okay, only when the corpus callosum is active you will be able to live a happy life. Okay, this corpus callosum connects both the hemispheres. So he had a very, very active corpus callosum. Yaroda corpus callosum, Albert Einstein's corpus callosum. These are the three important findings given by the researcher. He went against it. He went against the law, but still he gave these three findings. Okay, so this is very important. This session, I told you, even in the beginning, only 40 members were there when I started the session. Now more than 60 members are there. I'll tell you, this session is not only for you. This session is also for your parents. This session is also for your in-laws. This session is also for your children. Okay, and whatever you learn, you go home and implement. Whatever, without implementation is nothing. Okay, you have a goal in your life, you have an idea, okay, let me work on it. Okay, another goal, this is my long-term goal, this is my short-term goal. If you keep thinking on your long-term goal and short, if you keep staring at the hurdles, will you be able to reach the destination? Definitely not. For you to reach the destination, for you to reach the goal, you should do something. Hard work or smart work, whatever it is, you should work on it, right? So without working on it, without implementing, we cannot do it. I'll give an example. You know how we live. We know all of the stress management techniques, we know all the anger management techniques, but still we don't do it. Okay, nammaloda switchboard inga irukuna, we know this is the switchboard. For me to switch on the fan, I have to switch on the switch. Okay, I have to on the switch, but still namakku elundirichi podaduna lazy number. Okay, elundirichi on pannadhu namakku problem anga. So we know everything, but we don't want to implement it, we don't want to follow it. Okay, today I have divided this session into 5 important sections. Okay, the first section is about the IQ, that is Albert Einstein's. Okay, for every day be a learner. A lot of problems arises, a lot of ego issues are there. Okay, when you take a person's anger, stress, what had happened to her, ego issues, seniority or juniority level, I am superior to her. Okay, she should answer, she should be listening to me. Okay, ellame nariya ego issues. Every time always remember, be a learner, be a student always. Whether your student is teaching you something, whether your child is telling you something, everybody has a lesson to teach you, everybody has a solution to give you, everybody has something. If in a class of 40 children, you're learning something. You know, I'll tell you one thing, even I'm a professor, I'm heading the department of psychology. Every time I take class, all the girls and boys, innovative minds, but the way we take it is very, very important. Whatever they say, we should listen to them. Okay, even they may have a lot of important things. Okay, we should always collect from them. This is very important. But I'm a teacher, so always be a listener, always be a learner. This is very important for your IQ. Every day, keep upgrading yourself. Whether you're a HOD or whether you're a professor or you're just a lecturer or guest faculty, whatever you are, keep updating yourself. This is one thing which I want to tell you all under IQ, intellectual quotient. Okay, the second important thing is about your EQ. A lot of problems arises when you have problem with EQ. Can someone tell me what is meant by EQ? Even if you don't know, it's okay, no problem. I will explain you.
Emotional quotient.
Pardon, ma'am?
Emotional quotient.
Very good. Emotional quotient. Okay, there is a person, Daniel Goleman. Thank you so much, Manju, ma'am, Akila. I think many of you answered to this question. Okay, EQ is nothing but emotional quotient. Am I audible? Is it clear to everyone? Do you have any doubts in IQ? Because each and every section, each and every segment definitely will have a lot of feedback, a lot of take-home messages. Is it clear? The first part is clear about IQ? Yes, thank you. Next is about EQ. EQ, emotional quotient. There is a person, very famous personality. His name is Daniel Goleman. Daniel Goleman. So always remember these names. You should always do a lot of association, because there is a research which says that. I'll tell you one thing. I'll tell you one incident that had happened with me. One of my teacher in my school, she asked me, what is the height of Mount Everest? Okay, what is the height of Mount Everest? I was not able to answer to this question. Then my teacher called me and said, nothing, it's very clear. I'll tell you, I'll teach you in a very simple method. She said, Mount Everest to reach Panla. I am very sorry if you're a Hindi person. I don't know how to translate this. It's a very easy in English. Tamil. Mount Everest to reach Panna. Okay, which means that 8848 is the height of Mount Everest. Okay, from that day onwards, I did not forget this completely. And 8848 is the height of Mount Everest. From that day, she always taught me that association learning is very, very important. When you're learning something, associate things. For example, I said corpus callosum. It hears like payasam. Always sounds like payasam. So payasam, corpus callosum. This way, if you learn it, this way, if you teach people, this way, if you teach your students, it will help them a lot. Okay, so this person, Daniel Goleman, he says that there are the very important thing of Daniel Goleman is he says that your EQ should be relatively higher than your IQ. Your IQ can be normal, your IQ can be 90, your IQ can be 94, your IQ can be 100. If you have normal and your EQ should be very, very high. Your EQ should be higher than your IQ range. What is the reason? He says that to live a happy life, to live a successful life, to reach your goal in your life, your emotional quotient should be higher than your IQ, intellectual quotient. You must be asking me, ma'am, what is meant by emotional intelligence? Very simple. I'm telling you, to live a happy, a satisfied life, understand your own emotions, understand others' emotions. That's all. Very, very simple it is. Understand your emotions, understand others' emotion. Ability to understand your emotions, ability to understand others' emotion. We have positive emotions, we have negative emotions, disgusting, happy, elated, joy, surprise, sadness, depression. These are different types of emotions. Every day we cannot control, we cannot say that, I should have only positive emotions. Okay, I cannot say that, I cannot tell you that you should have only the negative emotions. No, we have a mixture of emotions. But handling your emotions is very, very important for your mental health. Handling your emotions is very important for your mental health. Okay, so he says that there are 5 important components. There are 5 important components. Always remember, these 5 components are very important. If you understand these 5 components, I'm telling you, you can actually achieve something great in your life. The first 2 components talks about himself, about you, about yourself. Are you all with me? Any doubts? Thank you. Okay, even 1 or 2 feedback from participants, that will actually motivates me. Okay, so first 2 components talks about you, about yourself, which means that number 1, try to identify your emotion. Know your own emotion. Very, very important. Know your own emotion. When am I crying? Am I talking too much? Am I crying too much? Am I showing my anger too much? Know your own emotion. Try to understand your own emotion. And the components are clear. The first two components has a connection which says that know your own emotion, try to understand own emotion. I'll give you one important psychological tip. How to know your own emotion? What is the important way? How can we? The best thing is mirror technique. Go stand in front of the mirror and keep repeating few sentences. I love myself. I respect myself. I accept myself. I love my parents. I have something to achieve in my life. I want to complete my PhD. Whatever you have it in your mind, whatever your goals are, whatever you want to achieve in your life, keep repeating. Keep repeating. Very, very important. Number one, I love myself. I respect myself. Don't demand respect from anyone. First, you give respect to yourself. A lot of problems arise, a lot of mental health issues arises when we feel that nobody respects me. Nobody? Is it nobody? Isn't your student you have a class of 40. For example, there will be 10 students who will respect you, who will listen to your words. Okay, and there will be another 20 who will not respect you. Okay, notorious students will be there. Uncontrollable students will be there. Okay, but you have to give your 100%. Respect. Don't demand for respect. But just give your 100% just from your side. The problem automatically it will just come. Don't demand for it. First, give respect to yourself. That is very important. Self-respect is very important. You respect automatically respect. Okay, respect yourself as well respect others. I love myself. I accept myself. How many of us accept ourselves? Tell me. Okay, when I ask adolescent problems, if you take adolescent issues, a lot of people will say, ma'am, I'm an obese person. I look very dark. Even not only adolescents, even a lot of adults. A lot of, professors, if college okay, I'm looking very fair. I should look very dull. I know I should look very. There are some people white identity to British venon kepanga. British na kuda fair salva. However, whether you look fat, thin, tall, short, whatever it is, God has given you. Okay, you are like a blessing. Accept yourself. Like உங்களோட பாடியில obsess பண்ணி நிறைய problems வந்துட்டே இருக்கும். So however you look, accept yourself. I love myself. I accept myself. I respect myself. I love my parents. Okay, என்னோட குழந்தை இதாகணும், என் குழந்தை இதை படிக்க வைக்கணும். Whatever you want to achieve in your life, okay, just go talk to mirror. Talk to yourself. Self reflection is very important. உங்க face பார்த்துட்டு mirror பார்த்து நீங்க பேசிட்டே whatever you want to achieve, keep doing this every day, at least minimum 2 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes. Talk to yourself, or at least 1 minute, at least one wish, whatever you want today. Ad poi pannittu you go veliya ponga. I'm telling you, it will give you a lot of positive energy. Like how you brush your teeth, like how you take bath and everything. In the same way, idu ungaloda habit mari agunum. This is very, very important. This mirror technique, all the psychological techniques is not 100% proven. All the psychological techniques are only like 90% or 95% because we deal with minds, we deal with brain. Okay, there will be a time, what happens is when you're in a very positive mode, whatever your friend asks you, you will be able to give her everything. Your student come and approach you, ma'am, I want this. Yes, go. I'll give you, ma'am. Your child is asking, mama, I want 100 rupees. Yes, you're very happy. You will give 100 rupees. Go. At the same time, you're in a sad mood. Because we deal with minds, right? So it's the 100% work out solve mudiyadu. If there are like each and every person's personality is unique, each one is unique in their own ways. Okay, maybe this technique, the first technique might work with one person, the second technique might work for the second person, the fourth technique might work for the fifth person. Okay, if I'm giving you 100, if I'm teaching you like 10 techniques, out of these 10, definitely 1 or 2 will definitely work. Okay, when you start doing a particular thing, when you keep doing a particular thing for 21 days continuously, it will become a habit for sure. Continuously, you have to fix up a timing. For example, 5 to 6 o'clock, I have to do this. 7 to 8 o'clock, I have to do this yoga. 9 to 10 o'clock, I have to do this exercise. After lunch, after my dinner, there will be no time for you. You are a completely busy person. You might have to take care of your in-laws. You might have to take care of your children. You might have to. You may belong to a joint family. Whatever it is, keep always give importance to yourself. I'm a very busy person, but I see to it that even after 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock, I go sit in the balcony. I will have a bowl full of ice cream and I eat. I give time for myself. This is very, very important. If I don't do it, how much ever you work, definitely you will increase, you will end up with a lot of mental health issues. Okay, whatever you do, okay, if you are with 10 people, out of 10, 9 people will demotivate you, 9 people will degrade you, nobody will be there to support you, but there will be one person to motivate you. One person will come like an angel. That angel can be your that angel might be your brother, that angel might be your sister, or that angel might be your husband or your wife or your kids or your students or your teacher or your neighbor, whoever it is. Okay, just hold their hand and move on in your life. This is very, very important. But what we do, we overgeneralize things. See, she did not respect me, see, she did not talk to me. Okay, I am always behind her, but she's not behind me. I always go talk to her, I always go approach her, but she's not approaching me. In the Mar Indona, definitely it will end up in a lot of mental health issues. Okay, finally, what happens is I've also have like 9 items questionnaire given by World Health Organization. You can actually score your depression level. Okay, so towards the end, I will teach you so that you can do it. You can also assess depression level of your colleagues. You can also assess the depression score of your children or your students, and you can work it accordingly. Okay, coming back to emotional quotient, the first 2 things: know your own emotion, try to understand your own emotion. The third one is keep motivating yourself. Keep motivating yourself. I'll tell you one thing: there are 2 important motivation. We all know that. Are you all with me? Yes, thank you. I have a question from Pranju. Loving oneself is confused at times with being selfish, that the societal perspective. So how to overcome such a criticism? See, I'm telling you, that is what I told you. See, there are some 10 people, you are surrounded with 100 people. Out of 100 people, 99 people will demotivate you for sure. They will give you a lot of problems. They will give you a lot of problems. Whatever you do, they will not, whatever you do, they will not encourage you. They will always find faults. Okay, ignore them, very, very important. Accept the situation. This is going to be my situation. This is going to be, I'm going to be surrounded with a group of people. I have to accept yourself. Keep ignoring them. There are 2 important keywords in psychology: acceptance and ignore. Okay, accept and ignore. If you understand these 2 terms, definitely I'm telling you, you can come across anything in your life. You can come across anything. So third one is keep motivating yourself. I have a story to tell you all. When I was doing my MPhil program, okay, that time it was in the beginning MPhil. I did my UG psychology, PG, MPhil continuously. I did 9 to 12, 12 to 14, and 14 to 15 my MPhil. During my MPhil program, you all know that as a part of MPhil program, we should do research as well as training programs in school. So one day my HOD ma'am called me and said, Alima, you don't have to, Alima, as a part of your MPhil program, you have to conduct programs in schools. You have to conduct programs in school. I asked ma'am what type of program. She said study skill programs in school. Immediately the very next day, I went to a private school. I got permission. I was very happy. Then again the very next day, my HOD ma'am called me and said, Alima, don't go to a private school, go to a government school. Because government schools are government schools where they do not call any professionals, they do not call any trainers. But whereas a private school, they give a lot of money to the trainers, and like 25,000 or 30,000, and they do a lot of programs. Then I asked her, ma'am, what is the procedure? She said, go to we have a Ripon building in Chennai. How many of you, I don't know how many of you know Ripon building in Chennai. It's a white building. There you have to go and meet, there we have to go meet the education officer and get permission to do programs in government school. So I went the first day. I met the mediator. I met the clerk. He said, sir is busy, come the next day. Second day I went, sir was busy. Third day I went, sir was busy. Fourth day, so they made me to wait for 28 days. On 29th day, I got permission to go meet the education officer. He was a very sweet person. So he immediately gave me 3 important schools. In my locality, I stay in Perambur, so he gave me 3 schools nearby my area. I was very happy. On the same day, I went and met the headmistress of a government, the first school. I told ma'am, I have come to do programs in this for this particular class. She immediately signed and gave me 2 sections, 12A and 12B. I want you all to imagine. I want you all to travel along with me. because நீங்க கேட்டுட்டீங்கன்னா அது அவ்வளோ இம்பார்ட்டன்ஸ் கொடுக்காது. I want her to travel along with me. I want her to get into the story. So I am meeting the headmistress. She's giving me 2 sections, 12A and 12B. I'm very happy there because getting permission for 12th standard is very, very difficult. So she's giving me 2 sections, 12A, 12B. On the same day, I went to 12A section. Girls were very happy. I saw a group of girls sitting in the first row, few girls sitting in the back row, few girls sitting in the corner. You all know that, government schools, how the condition, how the situation of the government schools will be. There are some in the first 2 rows, some girls were sitting and reading, and some girls அங்க உட்கார்ந்துட்டு ராக்கெட் மாதிரி ஓடுவாங்க. இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் girls உட்கார்ந்து டிஸ்கஸ் பண்றாங்க, ஏதோ உட்கார்ந்து ரேடியோ கேக்குறாங்க, கொஞ்சம் பேர் உட்கார்ந்து சாப்பிடுறாங்க, because no teacher were there. So I saw one girl, she was sitting in the first row, right hand corner, first straight in front of me. I saw her, she was completely burnt. She was completely burnt, right from head till knee, she was completely burnt. I was so curious to know what had happened to her. Then I just called her out because I'm a person who do not ask anything in front of everyone. So I just called her out. I asked her what had happened to you. She said, எங்க அப்பா பாட்டில் filled acid எடுத்துட்டு வந்து ஃபேஸ்ல ஊத்துனாங்க. Okay, my father throwed acid. He just throwed acid on my face. I was rolling on the floor and nobody was there to take me to the hospital. I was rolling on the floor for 2 hours continuously. She was like completely. She was later, after 2 hours, she was taken to hospital, to a government hospital by her neighbors. He was completely drunk, it seems. I asked her, what did you do? நீ அப்படி என்ன பண்ணிட்ட ஃபேஸ்ல ஆசிட் எடுத்து ஊத்துற வரைக்கும்? She said, நான் சாப்பாடுல உப்பு போட மறந்துட்டேன். She forgot to add a pinch of salt. She forgot to add salt in food, it seems, while making food. Okay. Then I asked, how do you manage? You're coming to school, you're cooking at home. Where is your mother? She said, my mom works for 2 shifts. My father, he's an auto driver. He is குடிச்சிட்டாங்கன்னா அவங்க completely he was not into his conscious level. My mom works for 2 shifts. She comes back home only by 11 o'clock. So how do you manage? I started asking a lot of questions. Okay, she said she used to wake up at 8 morning. She used to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, 5 to 6 o'clock. She used to go out, sweep the roads, put newspaper. நிறைய வீட்ல நியூஸ் பேப்பர் போடுறாங்க இல்லையா, அந்த நியூஸ் பேப்பர் போட்டுட்டு இந்த ஒர்க் பண்ணுவேன் 5 to 6 o'clock. After 6 o'clock, this happens around between 5 o'clock to 6:30. After 6:30, I come back home. If I have anything to eat, if I have anything at home, I make breakfast, ma'am. If I don't have anything, amma onagamla poichina or 1 or 2 idlis I get for 1 rupee. I eat and I go to school. She goes to school. She was telling me that I should study because I know the importance. I should give a lot of importance to education, because without education nobody can survive. Nobody can live in this world without education. And she also mentioned that she wants to do double degree. She said, kana vero single degree mattume illa double degree vaangana, MSc kuda padikkanum. Then she was telling me that between 8 o'clock till 4 o'clock she used to sit. She used to go to school. After 4 o'clock, where do you go? I asked. 4 to 5 o'clock she used to go sit in the library and study. I personally went to the library. I saw there were not more than 100 books. All the books were in torn condition, full of dust. Okay, whatever is available, she's making use of it. But what we do always, what adolescents do always complaining has become very, 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 very common. We always complain. I don't have this, I don't have that in my life. Okay, we see the serials, we see movies, whatever they wear, even I want the same thing. Even if you're earning 10,000 rupees, see to it that you spend only 7,000. Keep some money for you. Keep some money for your future. It's not completely, என்னோட bank balance அதிகமா இருக்கணும்னுக்காக இல்ல, பின்னாடி future என்ன ஆகும்னு தெரியாது. If you do this, your children will fall. Okay, if you keep telling your kids, okay, do this, do that, definitely they will not follow. Show it in their action, show it in your action. Okay, I saw a beautiful message in WhatsApp. ஒரு இது இருக்கு, ஒரு மெட்ரோ ட்ரெயின்ல அம்மா வந்து புக் படிச்சுட்டே இருக்காங்க, குழந்தை படிச்சுட்டே இருக்கு. Whatever you do, observational learning, whatever you do, even your children will do. Even your children will follow. நம்ம எதுவுமே பண்ணாம இதுதான் நீ பண்ணணும், அதுதான் நீ பண்ணணும்னு சொன்னோம்னா கண்டிப்பா எப்படி ஃபாலோ பண்ணுவாங்க? கண்டிப்பா முடியாது. Coming back to the girls, 4 to 5 o'clock, she used to go sit in the library and read books. After 5 o'clock, again, she used to go back to home. Okay, she has to change her dress. She leaves her bag at home. Then she used to go to a person's, like 2 to 3 places. She works as a maid. Okay, so she has to wash vessels. She has to mop the floor. Everything she does. By the time she comes back home, it's around 8:30 to 9 o'clock. 8:30 or 9 o'clock. After coming back home, she has to make dinner for her family. While making the dinner, she forgot to add salt in it. Okay, because of that, her father threw acid on her face. Okay, by the time she completes all the work, it's almost 11 o'clock. After 11 o'clock, and there is no electric, there is no current because they don't pay the electricity bill. So the officers want the fuse at them. By the time she completes all the work, it's almost like 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock. I ask her, where is the time for you to study? She says that Akka, after 11 o'clock or after 12 o'clock, she used to go sit in the street lights and study, and she's the class topper. She's the class topper. She said that, Akka, this is not only my case. There are some 30 to 40 girls in this class. Okay, you pick any girl, everybody will have one story to tell you. So many stories. Okay, after hearing to that story, I was completely moved. She says that, Akka, after completing my education, I want to work in a company with full of AC, full air condition, completely centralized AC. Vandi vaangano. I want to buy a car. I want to take my father for a ride. Okay, she's very grateful to her parents. What do we do? What do we teach? Okay, I'm telling you, if you have any problems in your mind, if you really want to live a satisfied and successful life, go spend time in orphanages in old age home, at least yearly once. When you have when you have anniversaries, or when you have your child's birthday party or any death anniversary, also whatever it is, go spend time with them. You will learn a lot. You will actually start living like a simple life. Angana நம்ம ரொம்ப simple life எப்படி நம்ம வாழணும்னு நமக்கு லைஃபை கத்து கொடுக்கும் நமக்கு. இல்லனா one person asked, right? Okay, how to avoid criticism in your life? Okay, I'm telling you, go spend time in orphanages, go spend time in old age homes, do something for them, do something with them, do a lot of counseling. Okay, I know that only psychologists can do counseling, but even you all are educated person. Go spend time, go at least go learn, teach them something. Every Saturdays and Sundays I spend time in orphanage old age. I'm telling you, I that is one on the ponale full and full evlo tension, evlo stress in the everything will go off. Seriously, sometimes you can take your children, sometimes you go and spend time with them, teach them something. I took up a project where what I did was I took some 2 to 3 old age homes. I went and taught them அவங்களோட thumb impression இருக்கும் இல்லையா, so I made them to put signatures. அவ்வளோ சந்தோஷமா அவங்க அவ்வளோ அழகா I taught them ABCD alphabets, numbers. They really wanted to learn. ஒரு கைண்ட் ஆஃப் ஒரு மென்டல் ஏதோ ஒரு கெப்பாசிட்டி இன்க்ரீஸ் ஆன மாதிரி இருந்துச்சு எனக்கு. இது நீங்க ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணீங்கன்னா கண்டிப்பா உங்களால நல்ல சந்தோஷமா இருக்க முடியும். So நிறைய ஸ்டோரிஸ், a lot of stories are there. Only 1 or 2 stories I wanted to tell you also. Here and there in between I do it, because I'm a person who always start with stories in the classrooms. I start for like 5 minutes or 10 minutes, then I actually take the topic, the syllabus. I cover the syllabus for like 30 minutes, and then I end up with something. There should be some anga ponale, okay, ma'am varanga, whether you belong to engineering college, arts and science college, always connect to your students. The rapport is very, very important. Whichever family you belong to, or whichever religion you belong to, leave off everything outside. When you get into the classroom, 40 students, teacher can make wonders, teacher can make magic in everybody's life. Seriously, definitely no. Everybody, if you even ask yourself who is your favorite teacher, definitely எல்லாரோட லைஃப்ல ஒரு டீச்சர் வந்து கண்டிப்பா ஒரு மேஜிக் பண்ணிருப்பாங்க. அந்த மேஜிக்கை நீங்க இருக்கணும். Okay, you don't have to take class for 15 minutes. Even if principal comes to your class, even if they go on rounds, okay, talk to them. It's okay. Talk to your management. Tell them at least 5 or 10 minutes, starting 5 minutes or last 10 minutes. Rapport building is very, very important. And the rapport building is very important for your mental health in the classroom, inside the classroom. Okay, to understand the student diversity, to teach them what is the student diversity, you should talk inside the classroom. Or else what happens is engineering or arts and science is not that, you go teach and you come out. Okay, I'm done with the job. No, you should do something inside the class, do a lot of activities, take a story. I always remember moral instruction classes. If someone asked, one person asked me in an interview, if you go back to your school, what will be the first thing that you will do? I said, I want to go hug my teachers. Number 2, I want to attend my moral instruction classes again. I still remember what my teachers used to do is every moral instruction, they will take one story, they will come up with a moral of the story, and they always connect with our everyday life, with our day-to-day life. This will help us a lot. So always, weekly once, do something weekly once. You should always do some activities in the classroom. One activity I'll tell you, Albert Einstein. I said about corpus callosum, right? To improve the corpus callosum, you should do a lot of brain gym activities inside the classroom. So this brain gym activities is very, very important. How many of you know what is meant by brain gym? I want to ask this question to the audience. How many of you know what is meant by brain gym? If you learn brain gym, I'm telling you, your class will go super up on your class. No idea. Okay. Brain gym activities are nothing but brain synchro. Shall we do some brain gym activities here? Shall we? Very good. Some says mental exercises to students. Very good. Okay. Brain gym activity is nothing but it is called as brain synchronizing activity. What you can do is after I'm done with the class, you can go and you can search for brain gym activities. Just Google search it. Brain gym activities or brain synchronizing activities. More than 100 activities will come. It will actually connect both the hemispheres. Okay. For example, you take any student. Okay, each and every student's attention span, if you see, a student's attention span will be only 5 minutes maximum. This has been proven. If you take any person or even you, okay, if the class is very interesting, you will listen to the class for like 10 minutes or 15 minutes maximum. If the class is boring, what happens after 5 minutes? Physically present, mentally absent. Okay, ma'am. It also happens. It's very natural. It's very biological. Okay. To improve your attention span, to improve your concentration level, to improve your memory, there are a lot of brain gym activities that you should do inside the classroom weekly once or 10 days once. Okay, few activities I'll teach you here. What you should do is, I want you to switch on your audio. Don't on your video. I know some will be busy. I know when we attend FDPs or programs. Okay, switch on.
Sometimes it can happen, ma'am. You carry on.
Okay, thank you. I'll tell you what is the first activity. This is a very, very simple activity. What you have to do is, when I say hi, you have to say hello. Okay? When I say hi, you have to say hello. Opposite. When I say hello, you have to say hi. Is it clear?
Yes.
Yes, hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Hi.
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
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 Hello.
Very simple. So you can unmute yourself. You can mute yourself now. This is very important brain gym activity. So what happens here is, okay, this is very simple. Some might say that, எதுமே இல்லையே ரொம்ப சிம்பிளா சொல்றாங்களே. So actually when you do this, you're concentrating. Okay, you're listening to someone. So do this activity before your class, before you start your topic, any important topics. The second one is just make them to sit, stand, sit. Okay, when you say sit, they should stand. When you say stand, they should sit. Okay, this is very simple. Third one is, when I say right, you have to raise your left hand, and when I say left, you have to raise your right hand. Okay, this is third activity. Very, very simple activity is, I'm telling you, these simple activity will actually trigger your corpus callosum. So first, you should always read the advantages. Okay, so or a thing or an advantages and automatically what happens is you will start giving importance to that particular activity. So hi, hello technique. Number 2, sit, stand. Number 3 is right, left. Raise your right hand. They should raise their left. Ask them to raise their left hand. They should raise their right. Okay, this is third activity. Fourth activity is just ask them to stand and tell them to take the right hand and touch the left knee. Take the left hand and touch the left knee. So this is cross connection. The fifth one is Topukana. You all remember the punishment which we used to do it when we were very small. Okay, this is like the reason behind this is brain gym. It actually improves your corpus callosum. This is another brain gym activity. So through this brain gym activity, you can actually do a lot of magic inside the classroom. The one thing is you're improving the corpus callosum, you're improving the memory, the concentration level, all that And plus another important is your fostering relationship. And there is a very sensitive relationship between the teacher and the parent. The trust develops, communication develops, communication skill develops between a teacher and the students. They will start enjoying your classroom. They will always have it in their mind that, okay, this classroom is going to be very unique, and this class is very unique, this teacher is very unique, she comes up with so many stories, she comes up with so many activities. So when they look at you, they should have a lot of things in their mind. Okay, this is very important for a teacher. This is very important inside the classroom. Okay, so coming back to this IQ, third one is motivating yourself. One more thing I'll tell you, if you're extrinsic, there are two types of motivation. I said extrinsic motivation and intrinsic motivation. This extrinsic motivation is nothing but your bonus that you get, or a pat on the back. Okay, you did a good job. Yes, yes, you're right. Your left brain controls the right side of the body, and right brain controls the left side of the body. Yes. So people will encourage you, people's encouragement, people's motivation, okay, positive reinforcement, even if people are giving you any chocolate or for a work done, whatever it is, this extrinsic motivation will work only to an extent. This extrinsic motivation will work only to an extent. I'm telling you, to lead to live a happy life, to live a successful life, you should be intrinsically motivated. Something should happen from within. Okay, let me do it. So let me do something for myself today. Okay, so if you take a book, if you always remember, don't read only the successful stories. Read failure stories. Read failure stories to your students. You should know what are the hurdles that they have come across in their life. What is the technique that they did? What are the things that they did to come across the hurdles in their life? Okay, so this should be read in front of the students. This should be discussed inside the classroom. This should go as a debate. This should go as a group discussion inside the classroom. Okay, have you come across failures in your life? So what happens is, when you ask your students, okay, suicide rates, depression rates, why is it going up? Because they don't know, because they cannot take up the word failure. Because they never take part in competition, they never get into sports. Even we, what happens is, success. We never come across failure. So what happens? Suddenly one day we come across failure, and we take it and we take it that this is the end. This is the entire world. So let me end up my life. These are the things that goes on in a person. These are the things that goes on inside the brain of a person. So always remember, get involved and participate in many programs. Tell your students to participate in intra-collegiate competitions. Encourage your students to participate in sports activities, because sports is the only game where there are only two options, winning or losing. If the person doesn't win, automatically, if there are 10 people, all 10 people are athletes. Only two, winner and runner. The other 8, they are not losers. Okay. Again, they try. Again, they see failure as well as successes in life. So they accept failure, and this is very important for you to learn. This is very important. We say, right, next level, where level performance. To get that where level performance, you should see failures. You should see a lot of criticism. You should come across a lot of criticism. Criticize pannanga, okay, let me end up, okay, this is me. I cannot do anything. If you keep telling this to yourself, definitely, again, the next step will be a failure. Okay, let me face the world. Let me do something for myself. Okay, let me do something in front of her. She told me, a lot of things have happened. I'll tell you my own story. I even though I'm from Tamil Nadu, from Chennai, I didn't know to talk I don't know to talk in Tamil until 8th standard. I didn't know how. I cannot utter a single word in Tamil. Vanga, ponga, that's all. I'm very fluent now in Tamil because a teacher who came across in my life, 10th standard, my Tamil teacher, once she said in front of the entire class, she just made me to stand up on the bench. She said she in front of everyone, she just told me that, Alima, I don't know whether you will pass or fail. Okay, I'm a very So in front of everyone, she just told me that I don't know whether you will pass or clear. Okay. Then what happened was that the entire day I was crying. The very next day, almost for like 4 to 5 days, I was crying continuously. Okay, even after my father came and spoke to me, my mother came and spoke to me, I was like continuously, because life level I used to get good marks in all the subjects except Tamil examination. But after 1 week, I kept telling myself that okay, let me do something for this, let me do something in Tamil. So let me start up, let me give at least 1 hour extra for Tamil. From that day onwards, from my quarterly examination till my annual examination, I worked so hard for only for Tamil paper. Then you won't remember, you won't believe that I got 93 out of 100. I topped in my Tamil paper. Okay, if something everything is inside your hand, everything is inside you, everything is in the hands of you. So if you want something, for example, you have something in your mind, okay, I want this red color shirt, I want to buy this particular saree. என்ன ஆனாலும் வாங்குறோம் இல்லையா? Okay, இது ஏன் நம்ம வந்து லைஃப்ல வந்து வேற ஏதாவது இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் கோல்க்கு மட்டுமே இல்ல. If you want, you will definitely do, right? In the same way, whatever you have, whatever you want to achieve in your life, be stubborn in that. Okay, don't lose anything. Even if people discourage you or demotivate you, whatever happens, don't give up in your life. This is very, very important for mental health. This is the third one, motivating yourself. The fourth, very important, is try to understand others' emotion. Try to understand others' emotions. This is very, very important, because we all sit in the staff room during if we don't have any classes. So because we sit in the department, and others' emotion is very, very important, because there is a very, very nice proverb that says that don't show off your happiness in front of a sad person. Don't show off your happiness in front of a sad person. You always tell this to your kids. You always tell this to your students. உங்க முன்னாடி வந்து ரொம்ப சந்தோஷமா இருக்காங்க, நீங்க சந்தோஷமா இருக்கீங்க, your mother got a very big surprise for you. You had a very big your mother got you a new cell phone. Your mother surprised you with a new cell phone. Don't go tell your friend அவங்க ஏதாவது ப்ராப்ளம்ஸ் இருக்கு, அவங்க முன்னாடி போயிட்டு பாத்தியா எங்க அம்மா எனக்கு வாங்கி கொடுத்தாங்க, see my mom got this for me, see my father got this for me. Don't go and don't show your positive emotions in front of a person who is undergoing some negative emotions in his life or in her life. This is very, very important. Evlo close friends, a lot of problems arises in between close friends. Why? Because trust is not there, because nobody is there to listen to me. I really want to go and tell her, no pa, nothing edume illa, parvala vitidunga. If somebody is approaching you, if someone is asking your suggestion, okay, why when people are asking for your suggestion, respect is very important, because they value you, they value your thoughts, they value your beliefs, they value your suggestions, they value your decisions. That's the reason people are approaching you. So this fourth component is there. Definitely you're a successful person. If it is not that, if people are not approaching, if people are not talking to you, if people are not trusting you, ask question to yourself, what did I do? Where did I go wrong? Ask questions to yourself. See, self-esteem is very important. Make positive as well as negative evaluation about yourself. Okay, I have one more story to tell you. Make positive and negative evaluation about yourself. I'm going to change. I have written to my management to change to change the report card. We write marks, right? We write remarks. We have signature. We have HOD signature. We have teacher signature. But into your report card, add one more column. Write the child's strengths as well as weaknesses. What are the child's strengths and what are the child's weaknesses? Nariya perku, you take engineering students, they're really good in innovation. There are some children, they are really good in mehendi designing, they are really good in art and craft. Some children are really good in music. So you should find out the strengths. Okay, ask the student, what are your strengths? You can take this as an activity. Tell them to write the strengths and to write the weaknesses. Everybody will have weaknesses. There are more number of weaknesses in you. So you should only sit and write. So if you focus on what is self-esteem? You're making positive and negative evaluation about yourself. I'm good in academics, I'm not good in sports. I'm good in sports, I'm not good in music. I'm good in observing things, I'm not good in speaking. I'm an introvert person, I'm not an extrovert person. You're making positive and negative evaluation. What are my positives, what are my negatives? If you don't understand this concept, self-esteem, then you won't be able to achieve anything in your life. Even if you have achieved anything, it is not 100%. Start asking this question to yourself. This is very, very important. Okay, the fourth important component is understanding yourself, understanding as well as understanding others. The last one is the handling relationship, maintaining relationship. When all the four components goes hand in hand, automatically handling relationship will become very, very easy. People will respect you. People will love you. People, even people who are criticizing you will also come and love you. Will start loving you. Okay, I give one example to students. I tell them that you take dog. Okay, dog வந்து எவ்வளவுதான் bark பண்ணிட்டே இருக்கும். At one point of time, the dog has to come down. In the same way, people who criticize you, okay, just give them a smile and just walk off. Okay, even if you see your enemy, just look at them, give a smile, hello, greet them, hello, nandri, vanakkam, just say something and just move on. Okay, wherever you go, a lot of people they will give you a lot of negative, but just walk off from the person, just walk off from the group, walk off from the place. If people are encouraging people, அதுக்காக இருக்கிற வெறும் பாசிட்டிவ் தான் இருக்கணும்னு இல்ல. Okay, just be there everywhere. Just give a smile. Don't argue with them. Never argue with fools. Even if you give them some proof, even if you tell them that this is the reason I was not able to, people will not accept it. It's okay. Back to back, don't answer them. Even if some happens, always some problems happens between husband and wife. Okay, if your husband is a short-tempered person or if your wife is a short-tempered person, back to back, don't back answer them. Okay, it will actually increase the temper level. The temper level will go up. At some point of time, at least for a few minutes, just keep your mouth shut. Calm yourself down. Okay, after half an hour, after 1 hour, or after 45 minutes, or after 6 hours, or after a day, sit and understand. Sit and go explain the situation to them. This is not only between husband and it can be between teacher and a student. It can be between in-laws and mother-in-law, sister-in-law, mother-in-law, or brother-in-law, whatever the relation is. Appo immediate pannadinga. People will not accept. People will shout at you. People will demote you. People will degrade you. People will scold you. Okay, whatever happens in your life, it's okay. Have patience. Have hope in your life. Because one story I want to tell you all. The story is about a small girl. Okay, are you all with me? Because this story is very, very important. Yes, thank you. So this story is about a small girl. There is one girl. She is from a very normal middle class family. Okay, father and mother, both of them are very, very supportive. She has a very supportive family, supportive granny, grandparents, supportive. She goes to school, until 5th standard. Everything is going smooth to that person. Okay, so she's good in academics, she's good in sports, she's good in singing, she's good in dancing. Everything is good. Okay, but one thing is, she cannot accept failure in this life. She cannot see anybody growing. She cannot see ஒரு person அவ முன்னாடி போயிட்டானா அது அவளால பார்க்கவே முடியாது. She becomes super frustrated. When everything is going good, she was a victim of a very, very big problem. Okay, the protagonist of the story is, she's a victim of very, very big problem. The problem is, she always used to compare herself with others. She always used to compare her achievements with others. She cannot see anybody growing. So this was the only problem with that girl. This thing went on. This happened in 8th standard, 9th standard, 10th standard. Till 10th standard, she studied in a school. 11th and 12th, again, she changed the school. The same thing. She has a very supportive family, supportive friends, supportive department, supportive teachers. But one thing is, she always used to compare her achievements with others. Why I have taken the story here is, this is very, very important. This is very important for your mental health. What we do always is, her presentation was good than me. Her sari is better than me. His way of talking is much better than me. His parenting style is very better than me. Okay, her classes are better than me. Number compare pani nariya, we almost get into depression. Okay, comparison is one thing which will actually decrease your self-esteem level. It will actually reduce the willpower. It will actually reduce the confidence level. Okay, so again, what happened was, she somehow completed 12th standard. Father wanted her to get into a private college. So he got loan. Somehow he managed to pay the fees. So college also, first year went on well, second year went on well, third year went on well, but still the same problem there also, because she always used to compare her achievements with others. Even if she gets second rank in the classroom, even if she gets third rank in the class, she gets super frustrated. So this is how her life was going on. Then after her degree, after her college third year, you all know that to get your graduation date, your graduation date takes nearly 6 to 8 months. Degree varadkaga. Then she was not doing anything much. She was sitting at home. Then suddenly one day she got a letter with college வந்து letter வருது இந்த மாதிரி graduation ceremony இருக்கு next week நீங்க வரணும் family. She was very happy. She was very happy that she's going to get her degree. She was very happy that she's going to wear a black and the robe போட போறேன் சந்தோஷமா இருக்க போறேன். So she's finally the day has come. Next week the day has come. She's going to that particular place. She's meeting all her friends. Everybody started asking her, what are you doing? Every time we meet our friends, our old friends or childhood friends, we usually ask this question, right? After enna pandringa ninga enna pandrom friend pasanga enna pandranga enna job la irukku ellame kekkumbodhu one of her friend tells her that I moved to Australia. Another person says that I'm into my father's business. Then another person says that I got married நினைச்ச மாதிரி மாப்பிள்ள கட்டி கொடுத்துட்டாங்க. So he's from a very wealthy family, well settled family, so I'm settled in my life. So everybody started telling about them. So she started questioning herself. She started crying from within. அவ்வளோ கண்ணில் அப்படியே தண்ணி வருது. அவ என்ன நினைக்கிறானா, அகைன் ஹர் ப்ராப்ளம் இஸ் அவ 6 months அவ வேஸ்ட் பண்ண அவ அதுக்கு யோசிக்க மாட்டான். ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ் எவ்வளோ அச்சீவ் பண்ணிட்டாங்களே, ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ் ஆஸ்திரேலியா போயிட்டாலே, ஃப்ரெண்ட் மேரேஜ் பண்ணிட்டாலே, ஃப்ரெண்ட் பிசினஸ்ல இருக்காலே, ஃப்ரெண்ட் ஹையர் எஜுகேஷனுக்கு உள்ள போய் என்டர் ஆயிட்டாலே. திஸ் இஸ் அகைன் த மெயின் இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் ப்ராப்ளம் தட் இஸ் ஹேப்பனிங் inside her. Then what happened was finally she got her degree certificate. The entire family was happy, but then she was not happy. She had her degree certificate. She told her mother to go back home and our degree certificate வாங்கிட்டு ஒரு அப்படியே ஃபாரஸ்ட் குள்ளேயே அழுதுட்டே போறா. Now she was not happy because her friends are much ahead of her. She started crying and she's entering into a forest. Okay, I want you all to imagine, I want you all to travel along with me. Okay, she had a degree certificate in her hand. அப்படியே கையிலே வச்சுட்டு வாக் பண்ணிட்டு ஃபாரஸ்ட் உள்ள என்டர் ஆகுறா. She's entering into a forest. Walk பண்ணிட்டு ஃபாரஸ்ட் உள்ள போகணும்னு காங்க இல்ல, வாலண்டியர் இல்ல. She's just entering into a forest. She's just crying, full tears. So when the forest ulla enter aayittu, she sat on a branch of a tree. Then again she was crying. She's cursing her fate, she's cursing her life, she's cursing herself. She forgot all the achievements that she had achieved in her life. She's only focusing on the negativity, the negative part of her. Then suddenly ஒரு sound கேக்குறா. She hears a sound, okay, some noise from behind. She's wondering that yaar pesra. She's mind la yosikra, somebody is talking to me, okay, God is talking to me. Mind la valke kekra. The voice is saying this is very very important, just listen to this very carefully. The voice says that, my dear girl, don't cry, just look around yourself and you will find answers to all the questions. My dear girl, don't cry, just look around yourself, you will find answer to all the questions. She started looking around herself. Then she saw some big trees, some small trees, shrub mari one beautiful tree. And the voice kekra, in the tree la enak eppadi answer pannom, na edukaga na idu paakanum. Again and the voice solranga, just look around yourself, tell me who is more successful. Then on her right side she saw a beautiful tree with beautiful flowers, and other side she saw one small tree. Then she said, if you ask any person, definitely the person will say this beautiful tree with beautiful flowers with beautiful fruits is only successful. Again the same question was asked by that person. Okay, nobody was there, she's only listening to that person's voice. Again the girl said that definitely this particular tree. Upon the words solranga and the voice solranga, this is what, just compare this situation with your life, just take it to your life. What we do is, just by looking at a person's achievement, just by looking at a person's power, just by looking at a person's financial status, we say that this person is a very happy person, this person is a very successful person. See, I am doing a lot of telecom. I did a lot of telecoms during lockdown period. A lot of girls have called up and told me that, ma'am, we have everything in our life. If I open my wallet, I will have like more than 1,000 to 2,000 rupees in my hand every day, but I'm not a happy person. I have a lot of issues in me. I have a lot of family issues. My father is not talking to me properly. My mother is not talking to me properly. I'm from a wealthy family. So just by looking at a person's status, just by looking at the person's power, don't imagine that, don't take it that the person is a successful person. No. You see, so many people are living in huts, small villages, small huts la irukanga, romba sandoshama irukanga. The way you perceive things, the way you look at things is very very important. If you have problem in your eye, there is a solution. But if you have problem in the way you look at things, the way you perceive things, then definitely life will become a problem. The way you take life, the way you perceive things is very, very important. It all happens here. Whatever you have in your life, be grateful. Be grateful to God. Be thankful to God. Be grateful to your parents. Be grateful to what you have. I'll tell you, just write down like 3 important things. If you have more than like 3 to 4 people, 4 to closed one in your life, you're a blessed person. If you have Wi-Fi at home, you're a blessed person. So many students, they complain me that, ma'am, I cannot recharge my cell phone because I don't have money. Okay, there are some girls who has got Wi-Fi at home, but still they're not giving importance to classes. Okay, the way you perceive things, the way you take your life is very, very important. Okay, the voice says that, this beautiful tree. The other side of Pakra, there is one small tree. Especially if you take the bamboo variety, especially Chinese variety, if you say, even after you pour water for like years and years, it will not grow. But overnight, if you see, it will grow like 90 feet tall. Overnight, it will grow like anything. 90 feet tall, flood cyclone, the tree will not fall. But whereas this big tree, the foundation should be very, very strong. The foundation, kids definitely we cannot see the growth in them. Whose fault is this? It's not students' fault. It's not kids' fault. It is your fault. Okay, the foundation is very, very important. There will be a time where life will give you everything. This is what I tell my students. There will be a time when life will give you everything, or whatever you think, whatever you wish for, everything you will get. That time, never feel proud about yourself. I have got achieved in my life. I have got this much. I have got that much. After getting an award, fly panadinga. No, don't feel proud. Just make your parents feel very proud of you. This is very, very important. Make your parents to feel very proud of you. Yes, they should say that she's my daughter, he's my son. Prouda solananga. Okay, and there will be a time when life will not give you anything. Everything will go against you. Whatever you wish for, you will not get anything. That time, don't lose hope. That time, don't lose your patience. This is very, very, very important. If you learn these 2 important lines, I'm telling you that I'm done with the session. These are the 2 important things. First one I said, acceptance and ignoring things is very important. When life gives you everything, that time don't feel proud. When life doesn't give you anything, that time don't lose hope and don't lose patience. This is very important. Okay, this is the 3rd segment which I wanted to give you. The 4th segment is about management techniques, stress management techniques. This is very, very important. There are some tips that you all should know to overcome. There are some coping strategies, some coping techniques that you all should learn. The first one is when you're stressed out, or if you're an angry person, if you don't know how to control your temper. The first thing is something called humor. You all know what is meant by humor. We laugh. Laughing is very, very important. Smile, laugh is very important. You see this movie Vasul Raja MBBS. You see this movie Munna Bhai MBBS. Adla Prakash Raj என்ன பண்ணுவாங்க, குரூப்பா இருந்துட்டு சிரிப்பாங்க, எவ்வளவு சிரிப்பாங்க, ரொம்ப நல்லது சிரிக்கிறது. So in the same way, if you are in a stressed mode, if you're in very anger mode, laughter therapy is very, very important. You have alphabets from A to Z. Okay, just take any letter. Take letter G. What is the sound of the letter G? G. It sounds very funny in the beginning, but you laugh. This is very, very important for your mental health. This is one. Number 2 is aroma therapy. AROMA, aroma, fragrance. Aroma, fragrance. Okay, there are some flowers, there are some food, there are some fruit that actually improves your mental health. It actually improves your stress. It actually decrease your stress level. For example, when you're stressed out, you can take green tea, you can smell lavender, or you can have like agarbatti, lavender flavor agarbatti, or lavender fragrance. You can have jasmine, these things, jasmine, lemon, especially lemon. Take some lemon juice. It will actually improves your mood. It will actually improves your positive mood. It will improve the trigger panongal. This is very, very important. Aroma therapy. Whatever you love to eat, you can eat at the same time. You can make biryani for yourself, or you can go dark chocolate. See, dark chocolate is very, very important. When you are involving in a particular task, if you are taking up an important, challenging task, always remember dark chocolate is good for your heart, as well as it actually improves your concentration level, it also improves your memory. So dark chocolate is very important. Always have a piece of dark chocolate inside your bag. Okay, so chocolate is very important. Visual imagery is very important. There are some visualization technique, like for example, beach visualization. You have forest visualization. You should have to visualize things. Just close your eyes. Visualization. YouTube, there are some visualization techniques available, so you can do. And another important thing is what we do always. Displays our anger on a weaker section, on a weaker person. For example, like banging at the door, banging on door, or kicking your, slapping your children, or completing showing off your anger on your wife. All these things are displacement, because you cannot show your temper on your boss. So what you do is you come back home, you display your anger on your family members. So this is one way of displacement. This is called catharsis. Catharsis is nothing but ventilating your emotions, ventilating your feelings. When you do this, do it in a positive way. For example, what you can do is just, very good prayers also. You can meditate, you can do yoga. Morning, evening, you can do yoga. If you're not able to do it, at least weekly once, you can do yoga. And here what you can do is, catharsis is one method. What you have to do, okay, take a pillow and start punching on the pillow. You have, for example, you have a punching bag. எப்படின்னா boxes பார்த்திருப்பீங்க, கோவத்துல எங்க பண்ணுவாங்க, punching bag ல காட்டுவாங்க. The same way you can have a punching bag at home, or you can take a pillow and start. If possible, you can also அவங்க face could imagine பண்ணி punch பண்ணிட்டே இருங்க. This is actually important, catharsis. So here the very important thing is, not your complete anger will not go down. At least like 40 to 50% of your temper you can actually control by doing such method. So aromatherapy, think wife and punch. Okay, you can do. So some people might say wife, some people might say husband. Poor she is. Yes, exercising is coming to the next one. Exercising, one best thing is like walking, swimming, cycling, all that is there. But simple exercises, you should always stretch your hand, always rotate your arms. This is very important. The reason behind this is you have something called happy hormone. This happy hormone is present inside your armpit. Okay, inside your arms you have a happy hormone, so you should always trigger your happy hormone. This is very, very important. So you should always rotate your arms. This is important. So don't just sit in one place and work. Just keep give small breaks, and always take small naps. Small nap na, like 10 minutes power nap, like 15 minutes power nap, adkaga half an hour into the 5 minutes power nap. Just close everything and just concentrate on yours. Just give time to yourself for 5 minutes, for 5 to 10 minutes. It will actually work. The next very important is mini meditation. We all do meditation. We all do, to meditate, we should have a calm place. You can actually sit and meditate even in a busy street. What you should do is just close your eyes. Imagine there is one dot on your forehead. Imagine there is one dot on your forehead. Just focus on the dot for 5 minutes. Breathe in and breathe out. Okay, imagine, close your eyes, breathe in, breathe out. When you breathe in, focus on the dot. Breathe out, focus on the dot. When you breathe in, focus on the dot. When you breathe out, focus on the dot. So whatever problems happens around you, everything, mind konja kudukka mattinga, you will only focus on your breath. This is very important, mini meditation. So these are some important techniques that you should always do it to live a happy life, to live a happy and successful life. So did the punch therapy will have a bad impact? Like it may really happens real. See, punching therapy is one way of catharsis, one way of ventilating your feelings. One way, see, you don't have to like punching the normal or 10 punches or 15 punches, that's all. Take a pillow and start punching the pillow. So what you do actually is, when you're in a temper, you're in a highest peak mode. Okay, whatever strikes your mind and you do it. Okay, so on the time that the decision is important, you should never take it. So what I'm telling you is, just take a normal pillow. Don't imagine anyone. Just take a pillow and start punching the pillow. So what happens is, it will just go off. At least 40% kammi agum solla varana. Okay, this might not work with you, or you might do like aromatherapy. You can do laughter therapy, or you can do like visual imagery. And always remember, when you're entering into the house, always have something pleasant on the wall. நீங்க எங்க enter ஆகுறீங்களோ some your childhood memories or your college memories or your graduation day photo or your PG graduation day or your marriage anniversary photo or your farewell photo, whatever, you know, there are few things that will give you a lot of positive memories. So உங்க memories எல்லாமே வந்து ஒரு என்ன சொல்றது, அந்த வால்ல பண்ணி வைங்க. Okay, this is very very important. Doing charity also is very good, so this is also good for your mental health. So this is with the portions, I mean this is with the present, I mean this is with the webinar section. And one thing I want to tell you all is the WHO, World Health Organization, has given some 9 important items. So these important items are very very important. So my sessions goes off like 4 hours or 5 hours, so I have given only the important points. So you can follow me on Facebook and follow me on Instagram. I will also give you my phone number. If you have anything, I'm a busy person, you can leave your messages, your feedbacks to my number. My number is 729935 7299357074. Okay, so the last part, the last section is pets are also good stress buster. Yes, agree. So last part is the 9 important items given by World Health Organization. I'm telling you, this is very very important. If you have more than 3 symptoms or more than 4 symptoms, which means that you are into depression, you are in the mild depression state. Okay, if this is in the last 2 weeks, if you have from the past 2 weeks, okay, this is what November, right? November first week this is. If you have these symptoms for the past 14 days or for the past 20 days, then definitely there is something wrong in you. If you have more than like 7 items, then definitely you should consult a psychiatrist or a psychologist for help. First one, little interest or pleasure in doing things. You all know people கம்மி இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட் ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணிடுவாங்க. They will not show more interest. You're a normal person who used to do a lot, but suddenly she will start showing less interest in her life. So first one is little interest or pleasure in doing things. Number 2, feeling down, depressed or hopeless. I'll do one thing. I will type few things, few important keywords in the chat section so that you can make a note of it. Little interest or pleasure in doing things. Number 1. Number 2 is feeling down, depressed or hopeless. Number 3 is sleeping too much or too little. Sleeping too much or too little, because people might complain that why are you looking, if you ask people why are you looking so dull, they might say that I slept for only 3 hours or slept for only 4 hours. You should ask them questions. What had happened to you? Enachu, what is the problem? What is the reason? Okay, to start panano. Friendship na veliya poro sutro nama saapidrom malls ku porom shopping pandrom illa. You should ask her if something is wrong with her. You should always be you should always be next to her. So if she's sleeping too much, okay, some might say that I slept for more than 10 hours, I slept for more than 11 hours. You should ask them why, what is the reason. If you ask them questions, definitely a few things might come out. Fourth one is feeling tired or little energies. There are some things, some first one and fourth one, second same. Feeling tired or little energy. Fifth one is no eating or poor eating. I have seen in this movie Paruthi Veeran, where Priyamani, she will hog like anything. That is called what is that? No eating or poor eating, or what is that? One more point you have to add there, or overeating. Overeating, you will not have control. Stop quick hop panvaanga. So you'd have seen in this movie. No eating, people will avoid, people will skip their dinner, people will skip their lunch, or sometimes they skip their breakfast. If this continues for like more than 2 weeks, definitely the person is in trouble. Sixth one is feeling bad about yourself. Or putting yourself down or family down. My mom is not helping me. They keep blaming their parents. They keep blaming themselves. Okay, it is my mistake. It's all the fault is all in my hand. I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have gone and spoken to her. I should have gone and spoken to her. I'm regretting a lot now. Even relationship problems, love failures. Blame பண்ணிட்டே இருப்பாங்க. This is the sixth one. Seventh one is trouble concentrating on things. Trouble concentrating on things is even they will not be able to do their hobbies. For example, there are some people who always listen to news. There are some people after coming back from office, they will listen to something news papanga, or there are some women who actually watches movies or serials after just to relax themselves. Even this will not work. In the hobby could continue panmatanga. There are some people who always after coming back from office, a lot of teenage boys what they do is after coming back from work, they will actually go spend time with their family members, or they will go spend time with their friends. Okay, all this will be avoided. All these things will be slowly, it will go down. So this is the eighth one. This is the seventh one. Trouble concentrating on things. Eighth one, moving or speaking very, very slowly. Moving or speaking very slowly, that others could have noticed. The eighth one. Okay, we all know that a person's normal voice is. We all know that she always talks in a very low voice, or this person talks in a very high voice. So this person, what happens? Suddenly they will start shouting. Suddenly they will start talking very, very slowly, or they will be absent-minded. They will not answer you back, or they will not be able to solve any problems. Even if people into depression, if you ask them a small question, or even if you ask them to solve a simple problem, even mathematical calculation, 10, what is the multiplication table, what is 10 multiplication table, or if you ask them what is 10 into 10, they will not be able to answer. Even small things, they will not be able to concentrate. So moving or speaking very, very slowly. Either they will walk very fast, or sometimes they will walk very, very slowly. Majorly they will be absent-minded. This is the eighth one. Ninth one is suicidal thoughts. Finally, they will end up in suicidal thoughts or hurting themselves. Okay. Not recently, before the lockdown, when I went on grounds, for invigilation, I saw one or two girls kai eduthu paatha avlo cuts irukum. Nariya vaati attempt pannirupanga kai vettikiradhu. So in mari. So these are the main important symptoms of depression. If a person has more than 7, then definitely the person is into serious trouble. The person needs to consult a psychiatrist. Avoid. Psychiatrists are people who give medication, who give antipsychotic drugs. But psychologists are people who will actually treat you without medicine. They will treat you through counseling. So you should always suggest a psychologist first, and then move on to a psychiatrist. Don't jump on to psychiatrist directly. First, go to a psychologist. Get the check done, and then you can move on. If necessary, you can go consult a psychiatrist. Thank you so much for your patience listening. I'm done with the session. Yes. If you have anything that you have, you can leave messages. You can leave messages in the to my WhatsApp number, or you can follow me on Instagram. You can follow me on Facebook. There are a lot of videos also available, and you can also see me on Josh Talks. There are some videos there. You can just Google search it and you will find me there. Thank you so much.
Thank you, madam. Thank you, madam. Is it audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Participants, is there any doubt?
No, sir, no doubt.
Yeah, very good, very good. Thank you, madam. Thank you very much. On behalf of IR.
I know, ma'am, super answer, ma'am. Really
Thank you, sir.
wonderful person, ma'am. Thank you.
Those who want to give feedback, they can give. Okay. Thank you, madam. On behalf of IRTT management, principal, and our department HOD and myself, I express my thanks to you.
Thank you.
Participants have enjoyed 1.5 hour session, stress management as well as yoga practice, and you have given the points, the 10 points which I listened, the checklist for evaluating whether the person is in trouble or not. So I really thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
madam. Thank you. Thank you. Participants, next 40 minutes, 30 minutes we are planning for the test. So I will extend 10 minutes more. Sharply I will start by 3:55 the valedictory. So I will post the question now. So you have to write the test through the registered mail ID, and you have to mention the participant ID as well as your registered mail ID. 25 questions. As soon as you finish, we will go for the valedictory. During the valedictory, as I said, some of you may give your feedback about the online FDP, and within 5 or 10 minutes we will conclude. No problem. So this 3:20 to 3:55, you are going to write the test. Don't go for the second attempt. So when you submit, it won't accept. In the same manner, I will fix the 40 or 45 minutes, and hereafter it won't accept. I will curtail the response. So I hope you can understand. Almost 111 participants are there in the group. So you inform, I will put in WhatsApp group as well as in this chat box. You are going to write the test for 25 questions. You submit your marks and I will evaluate it. No problem. Okay. Is there any doubt?
No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. Please, sir.
Okay. Thank you.